Welcome back. Now, we all sang along when she got a brand new pair of roller skates. I sang along to Ruby Tuesday as well, and so did the Rolling Stones, although not necessarily at the same time. Melanie was one of the rising stars of the 60s, of course, but then she disappeared. So it sounds like you sort of disappeared in a flash of smoke, doesn't it? You know, into the fifth dimension. Anyway, what has she been doing, we ask ourselves? Well, bringing up 3 children, for starters, that's quite a handful. She's also been writing and recording as well. And now she's about to hit the road again, and she's going to sing for us live on the programme in a few minutes' time. But first of all, proper welcome. Hello.
Hello.
Nice to see you. Did you actually stop recording and working sort of on stage?
No, I never really stopped. I'm a writer, and I write most of my songs. I hit a period where there was a resistance in the industry to do anything other than a dance record or maybe a schmaltzy ballad or something.
Yeah.
So rather than to be somebody other than who I am, I just went where there was least resistance. I did benefits, I did smaller things, I did things that kept me less visible, but I've been active.
You kept at it, yeah.
Yeah.
You've got a special interest in children. I know you've got 3 of your own, but didn't you do quite a lot of work for UNICEF at
Yes, I
one
was
point?
the spokeswoman for UNICEF. Actually, that kept me out of the public eye pretty much, because at that point it wasn't something that got you a lot of media attention, doing things like that. But it was really satisfying. It was something I needed to do for myself as well.
But did you miss, you know, being Melanie in the sense that everybody was hot? Absolutely.
Being
You were hot. Did you miss being hot?
I'm hot now.
Yes,
I know,
terrible. I
we're
take my
all
jacket off. It's boiling, yeah.
No, I needed not to be looked at for a while. I was really young when I started, and I was uncomfortable constantly having the attention on me all the time. I just a few years ago found out what I looked like. You know, it just takes time sometimes to really know who you are.
What was it like, that whole 60s period for you? I mean, for a lot of people, it was a time of sort of drugs and...
That's what they say. I wasn't one of the drug people. I was more into the spiritual awakening process. That
flower power.
Flower power sounds so...
Oh, no, it didn't then,
It
though,
did
did it?
then. I know that's now, but it didn't
even
then,
then, to me, it sounded a little...
Oh, you're so cool. We both great.
We believed it.
You believed in flower power, Father Almighty, creator of heaven and earth. No, I was more into a spiritual thing. I think that was what it was to me, and most of the people, I think, around me were... It was a time of feeling some connection to humanity. That's sort of that feeling that you get sometimes at Christmas.
Yes. Do you feel that's all gone now? Do you think that went with the 60s?
No, it's not gone. It's just lying low.
So what's
I mean, there was a
gone?
war on then. You know, that was a catalyst. It brought people together. A tragedy brings people together. You know, it brings out that spirit in us that knows that, wait, there's something more important than just this body that I'm in. You know, there's something eternal. There's something more.
You know, I mean, you haven't changed at all, really. I mean, and even, I mean, you know, the clothes, actually, and actually they're very fashionable again this year.
Isn't that
sort
amazing?
Of 60s, sort of, but you're still wearing sort of, do you still kind of live that kind of life then? You still keep to that kind of faith?
I don't know what that kind of life is. I mean, I like organic type things. I like my art to be organic. I like my music to be organic. I like to feel like it grew out of something for real, rather than, you know, I'm going to do this and I sort of analyze it and produce it that way. I don't do my music that way. I don't dress that way.
What did you say? It's top fashion now. Top fashion.
Well, that's lucky.
Yeah.
It is really, because
well, yeah, it was awful for a while. I mean, I walked around like this during the mid-70s, you know.
Point, jeer, yes.
But why? I mean, is it because you actually you feel much more comfortable wearing clothes like that?
Yeah, I like to have layers, and it's sort of romantic to have things around me, and
A real 60s charm.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Listen,
I think the age of romance is coming back, though.
Yes.
Yes, you're right.
It's very romantic.
Yes, I'm sure you're right, actually. One feels it in the air. I wanted to ask you, don't laugh, what has motivated you to get back on the road and to, I mean, we described it as a comeback, and I think that's an oft-used and badly used word, but why have you decided to, you know, go on tour again and relaunch?
Again, I feel like the resistance is totally gone away. Music has gotten a lot more acoustic. It's okay for me to play a guitar now, whereas before, sometime in the mid-'80s, it was saying it's not '80s to play a guitar. You must put that down,
right?
You know, and do something else. And
Yeah.
So now I'm going to do a song, not with a guitar.
Not with a guitar. That's right, yes.
But you just re-released Ruby Tuesday.
I re-released it. It's my single from my new album, Cowabunga, Never Turn Your Back on the Wave. And I would tell you about that, but I don't know.
What's the album called again?
Cowabunga.
Right, okay.
It's a surfer expression. It means, wow, that's a huge wave coming.
Right.
Wow.
Terrific.
Wow, well, I mean, there's obviously a huge wave coming probably right behind us from the top.
I think we should actually warn people at home, because we were listening to you in rehearsal, that they should turn the televisions up a bit, turn the sound up, because it's a very quiet, restrained version of Ruby Tuesday. We think it's terrific. Would you like to go and do it?
Sure.
Okay. Melanie, thanks very much indeed.
Nice.
Thank you.